Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about something that is not a financial concept, but I want to get a little bit more philosophical with you today. And I want to talk about what are we doing with our money? Why are we, going out here trying to generate money and do the things that we do in business? Well, for me, it's about freedom. And freedom, there's a lot you can put into that. And freedom, of course, is something subjective. And it means different things to different people. But I'm going to be honest with you and let you know that here recently, we had a death in our family. Someone who's well liked, someone who was just, an extraordinary person, did a lot not only as a family man, but also touched the lives of a lot of people as an educator as well. Okay. So a very influential person. Now, no one that you may have heard of in terms of big media, but influential in the lives of individuals that he came into contact with. Very much so. So, we out there, making this money, coming up with different ideas, entertaining concepts, putting them into action. But why? Why are we doing that? Okay, now, again, for me, it's freedom. It's the freedom to actually get above that daily hunt for money. Okay, to get to a space and a place where you have transcended that whole rat race. Okay, is one way to put it. That quest for the almighty dollar. And now you're in a place where you are actually enjoying the life that is so brief. The life that we get here that is gone within the blink of an eye. And I know everyone out there has had loved ones who have passed on, and we see new generations coming up. And as we get older, time, our perception of time starts to accelerate. Okay. And there are many different guesses as to why that is. The one that I subscribe to is that as you age, each year that passes becomes a smaller percentage of your overall life. So, for example, if you're 2 years old, the last year of your life was 50% of your life. But if you're 100 years old, the last year of your life was only 1%. So, some scientists tend to believe that our perception of time starts to accelerate as we get older for that reason. Whatever the case may be, it is what it is. It happens. The reality of it is, we look back and we notice that, we are mortal. I live in a place where there are very mature trees. A lot of these trees are older than me, and they're going to be around a lot longer than I will be. So with this limited amount of time that we get, we don't want to spend it all just chasing the dollar. We want our lives to actually stand for something at the end of the day. And this individual that passed away in our family, his life stood for something at the end of the day. He will be remembered by all of the people that he has influenced quite positively over the years, over the decades. So when we're going out there making that money, just keep your why in mind. Keep it at the forefront of your mind. You're just not out there starting a business or increasing your savings or investing. You're just not doing that in a vacuum. Never forget the why behind why you're doing it, because that not only is a driving force, but those are goals you need to achieve. Okay, I was reminded of that here with this incident that has occurred in our family. So that's really, all I want to say about that. I just want people to understand that there's a reason why we're doing this. It's easy to get lost and turn around and 20 years have passed you by. And yeah, you look at a bank account, what does that mean at the end of the day if you haven't, achieved your goal? Use that money to achieve your goals, whatever those goals may be. Maybe it's educating a child. Maybe it's buying a sailboat and sailing around the world. Whatever's going to really fulfill you. And that's one of the reasons why many years ago, my wife and I decided that we were going to leave corporate America. Because at the end of the day, what were we building? What would we be remembered for? Okay? As you all know, I worked at Verizon. They weren't naming any buildings after me, nor should they have. I was just an employee. Okay? They didn't name any buildings after the CEOs, as far as I know. Okay? So, no disrespect to anyone out there who decides that they want to work for 30 years or whatever at a corporation. If that fits their paradigm, then I say more power to them. But for me, the equation just didn't add up. I was not going to be able to fulfill the things in life that I wanted to fulfill and do the things that I wanted. And I was getting paid very well, okay? Verizon, at least when I worked there, they were known for paying their employees very well, okay? So it wasn't a question of money, although I knew I could make more when I, established my own businesses. It was a question of freedom, and it was a question of fulfillment. And on that freedom side, I remember one day my wife and I were on a cruise ship, and we were headed from Miami, Florida. The ship had stopped in Miami, and we were headed from there to the Bahamas. And we had just decided to sit in this portion of the ship during sunset, where we could look out into downtown Miami. And literally, the way the sun was setting, the time of year that it was, downtown Miami was literally bathed in golden sunlight. It was surreal. And my wife and I, we were just sitting there. We were just absorbing that moment. We weren't taping it on a cell phone, taking pictures. That was our moment, okay? That was there, never to come again, okay? We were just absorbing that. And as we were doing that, I got a call from my office. And this is at the point when I was working in D.C. And the way that we worked, we kind of had our own issues. And there really wasn't anyone that took over your issues when you were gone. You had your contacts and your network and your association. So it wasn't really easy for people to pick up where you left off. You had to kind of pause your issues while you were gone. And it was the young lady that I was working for. She was my boss at the time. And she was questioning me about an issue. And as we're talking, the ship is leaving Miami. And it's going out of range. And she's breaking up. Okay? And I saw that as metaphorical. Like, here we are trying to enjoy this moment. And no disrespect to her. She is back in D.C. She's got to get done what she needs to get done for the good of the company. But I wasn't going to get paid one dime more for interrupting my moment with my wife, something that will stick with us forever. I wasn't going to get paid anymore for jumping back into the work mindset. Okay, so those are my personal reasons. But I encourage you strongly that when you're out here making this money, don't forget your why. That's extremely important, because at the end of the day, they're not going to write anything in your obituary about how much money you have in an account or accounts somewhere. Okay? Hopefully, they will write stuff that's a lot more substantive than that. And hopefully, they will go on and on about the people that you helped and influenced over your lifetime. And you may have helped them to make fortunes. Who knows? Or you may have helped them escape poverty. Or you may have helped them escape addiction, or whatever it is you do. That's the stuff that you want to be immortalized with and memorialized with. Money's great. It's a tool. I want more of it. I'm sure you do too. But at the end of the day, it's just a tool. It's a tool that allows us to achieve freedom, so that we can use that freedom to really make a change in our lives and the lives of others. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you soon.